Hey everybody, Invisiblekatana here doing a yay or nay video for Splatoon 2. Simply put, for anyone who might not know this, I'm a huge Splatoon fan. It's basically, I think it's the only game that I've done from Nintendo as a part of a Let's Play. I started Bayonetta 2, I just never got to finish that. That was totally for different reasons, but Splatoon was the first Nintendo game I did as a Let's Play because I love that game. And Splatoon 2, I'm just going to say it now, it's a huge yay for me. Like, I love the crap out of the first Splatoon game. When this was shown in the initial trailer, when the NS was first revealed, I was like, holy crap, some people were speculating, is it going to be Splatoon 2, or is it just going to be like a new advanced version of Splatoon where they just add in hairstyles and stuff like that? I was like, nope, Splatoon 2, brand new weapons, brand new clothes, brand new hairstyles, brand new specials, there are a million brand new things. So first off, sadly, it comes out in summer, but that also allows me to save up money, because this is the reason I'm going to buy an NS, is because of Splatoon 2. Like, there's some other games I want. I just did my year and a video for ARMS. I want to get that for sure, but Splatoon 2 is the game I'm waiting for. So when that comes out, whenever it does in the summer, that's, if I have the money, that's when I'm going to actually get the NS. It's going to be like NS and Splatoon 2 are getting purchased at the same time for me. So it comes out in the summer. They say that the story actually takes place 2 years after the story of the first game, so I'm very curious what they're going to do with that, if they're going to integrate single player more into multiplayer. Hopefully not too much, because there are certain games where I don't think they'll do it horribly, where it's like, oh, it's multiplayer only and that's how you get the story. But I am curious if they'll integrate it a little bit more, because it was very separated in the first game. It's like, here's story mode, you literally leave the hub section to go to a different part of the world. So I'm curious if they'll do that, but either way, I'm excited. Even if they do it exactly the same, it's fine. I actually like the single player for the first game, so if they can find a way to do that and just make it even better, that would be cool. Maybe make it co-op. That was something I was thinking of when I played the first story mode. I was like, this could be, if it was a little bit more challenging, you could just add another person in here, and that would be really cool. Just a really cool way to do that. So maybe we'll get to see that, a cool co-op campaign. I would love to see that personally, but that would be nice. Another thing that I hope they do, maybe local co-op could just be way better. Actually, I was going to say a little better, but like 110% better, because that was the one thing that sucked that was the one thing that actually sucked. Local co-op was horrific. It was only two people. One person was on the pad, one person was on the TV, and it was just like, all we do is shoot balloons. It's not like, like they don't, if they just took out the map, and it was like, alright, this person gets to be with the computers, the other person gets to be with 3 other computers, I thought that would have been perfect. Like, yeah, you take out the map so you can't do the jump, but at least you get to play, with another person, or, something like that. And maybe that'll be totally different now, because you can link up the pads like 8 at a time. So now local multiplayer works way easier, because you can have actual people play all 8 spaces in a local situation. So hopefully that's something that they do. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they say about that, because local co-op was the only thing that made the game bad. It was like, man, as great as this game is, it's totally a single player game. It's multiplayer online, but when you play it, it's like everyone gets to watch you play this awesome game, and if they decide to join you, you both play like the crappy version of it. So I really hope that's the one thing that they fix. It's just local co-op is just as fun as online multiplayer, so everyone at home can experience how fun it is, and it's not one person at a time loving the game while playing online. That's like my one thing I hope they change. Other than that, I think it would be perfect. But going through what they've added, of course, we have new weapons, splat dualies, can't wait to use those. We have the curling bombs, which I call the shuffleboard bombs. I was thinking of the wrong game. But the splat dualies look really cool. The shuffleboard bombs look really cool. They're new special weapons. Unfortunately, this was another thing that was sad when I heard it. But they said that all of the special weapons are brand new, which means, because specifically the way he said it, there's not a single special in this game that anyone's seen. So all the specials from the first game are only in the first game. And as cool as that is, where it's like, okay, you have to go back to the first one to play it, at the same time, that kind of sucks. It's like, man, that would add, so many more options, where it's like, okay, this weapon can do this, but, like you have the Inkzuka from the last one, and you shoot tornadoes out and stuff. It's like, oh, it sucks that all those are only in the first game. So they took all the specials out and put in brand new ones. So we have the ink cloud, which looks really cool, the Tentamissiles, which are the dual rocket launchers, the mine launcher, the spray paint, which they actually call it something else. They call it the Stingray. That's what it's called. That's the actual name of it. That one can shoot through walls. They also have the jetpack. That is a special weapon. The outward ink explosion, that's the splashdown. So that's the one that's in the trailer where the person jumps up and then they just hit and it seems like a tornado goes out. That's called the splashdown special. There are new weapon-based attacks and skills, which is pretty cool. The ink rollers have the ink launch where you can like launch them in two different ways, which is cool. So if you jump, it's a vertical launch where you basically throw a wall of ink vertically in front of you. But if you're on the ground, you can launch it horizontally. So I thought that was pretty cool. That it's actually two different ways. The splat dualies have the quick roll, so that's the thing that they really show off in the trailer, where you kind of jump and you like leave a little splat of ink behind you. And they actually say that after you do that, the splat dualies, because they actually have two reticles, so for each gun you have like a reticle, so there's a bit of spread in between like the middle section. But when you do the roll, you go from two reticles to one reticle for like a very small amount of time. And it's actually a bit of strategy where if you roll and you basically put the guns together, you have a more powerful shot compared to having, you know, the two single shots. You have basically one stronger weapon for like that small amount of time, and you can only aim it, you know, at one location. So I was like, that's a cool little strategy where it's like, all right, I got, you know, two enemies coming at me. Maybe I can hit them both, but I won't kill either of them unless I do this roll and I at least take one out and, you know, basically combine the guns together to aim at one enemy and take them out with a more powerful hit. So I thought that was very cool. Like I said, the new weapons all seem pretty sweet. I love the ink cloud. I'm excited to actually see that in use. The splashdown, I saw that used. It didn't seem as cool as I thought. When they first showed it in the trailer, it seemed like it was going to be like a big tornado, but it's really like a split second. Like it's not even a full tornado. It's just like boom, some ink goes out, and it seemed so fast. I was like, I don't know if that's going to be as useful as I initially thought when I first saw the trailer. But if there are enemies around you, I assume it's the same as getting hit with like a charge shot, you know, right in front of you. It's just boom, you're instantly gone. So thought that was cool. As far as the new weapon attacks, there's another one for the charge shot. They actually can hold charges now, which makes the charge shot weapons way better. To me, I never used them because I always kind of hated them. But you can charge up a full shot and then hold on to it now. So that's actually cool. That's another layer of strategy for people that use the charge shot. If they want to go in, it's like, all right, this person's getting attacked, I'm going to, you know, go in and help them. You don't have to charge up your weapon all over again. You just charge it from far away, swim in, pop up, boom, and take somebody out with the fully charged shot. So a new level of strategy there for people that use the charged shot weapon. You get to choose weapon sets before the matches, which is something they didn't really focus on, but they showed it during the New York event. I thought that was great. It was like, all right, it's not like it was in the first game. That was another thing. It was like, all right, you can't choose what you want before the match. That was another thing people had to complain about. Also, I guess the co-op thing wasn't the only thing that sucked. Not being able to choose or change your weapon in general, that was an issue. So hopefully this isn't like you only get, you know, like a small opportunity to do it. I would assume it's between every match you just have sets of weapons you get to make. You know, it's like, this is my set for this, so you have this weapon and these specials, and that's what happens. So hopefully that is truly the case. But that's what they showed at least, so I would assume it is. You get to choose your weapon set. I saw 4 sets, so you get to make, you know, you get your weapon choice. Whatever weapon you choose automatically comes with the sub-weapon. That's another thing I hope they change, because in the first game, whatever weapon you chose, you were forced to use this sub-weapon. I really hope that's different, because I love using, like, the ink rollers were like my number one. And there's a specific one that they have, and I'm pretty sure they did it for balance, because it's a little unbalanced depending on how you do it. But, like, you have the, I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's basically the roller that lets you move way faster. So I have that, and then like the torpedo things that are like little ink sharks that target people. That's like my number one go-to, because it's so fast. You know, both my main weapon and sub-weapons are very quick, and it's very easy to use. But of course, it uses up ink way faster, that sort of thing. So maybe just do it where it's like, alright, this weapon or whatever, anything can be combined together, and maybe if you put two items together, they create that side effect or something like that. It's like, hey, you can put whatever weapons you want together, but if you put this combo together, then we have to limit you in this way. As crappy as that sounds, at least I get to choose which main weapon and sub weapon I got. So I think I'd be okay with that. I'd prefer if it was just like every weapon is normal, just put whatever you want together. So hopefully they do that. I kind of doubt it, but maybe we'll get to see that. Of course, they kept the I forgot what they call it. It's been a while since I played, so I can't remember all the names of everything. But like your attributes and stuff like that, excuse me, those are still there. They didn't show any new ones from any of the footage I've seen. Excuse me. But I'm sure there will be some new stuff, so we'll have to wait and see for that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, there's a tiny Judd, or like a different version of Judd for the enemy side of things. There, of course, are new hairstyles, new levels, new outfits. I'm hoping that we get to choose the hairstyles. I'm assuming so, because there are like a million different hairstyles this time, except, you know, aside from choose the boy or choose the girl, and they have that one hairstyle. So that's pretty cool. We get to choose hairstyles, I'm assuming. And so we have, all weapons for both sides of the match are shown off, which I thought was pretty cool. That allows for more strategy. It's like, all right, my allies all have this, this, and this, and the enemies have this, 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 and this weapon. So I'll choose, you know, whatever weapon I want to choose based off of what everyone else in the map has. So I thought that was cool. It's a little interesting layer of strategy for like higher up level players. Press X to view the map. I put in parentheses, not a fan of this, because the map was a huge thing with the Wiimote, where it's like, boom, I have the map right here in my hand. But of course, with the way they have the console now, if you take it out of the dock, it automatically switches to, you know, the pad. So you can't use the pad and the TV at the same time, unless they decide to add that in later. But for now, we can't use the actual touchpad while we're using the TV. So that kind of sucks, because we can't just look down and be like, alright, that's where my friends are, boom, and just tap it. That was one of the best things about having the gamepad for Splatoon. It was like, the map is always there, that's where my friend is, boom. So now it just adds like an extra little second to it, which of course, that's more for hardcore, you know, like expert level people that really care that much about being experts at Splatoon. But it's still there, where you have to press X before you can look at the map and say, alright, that's where everyone is. I can't just be in the middle of something, duck down for a quick second, and then, okay, and then just tap on a partner and try to help them out. I have to push another button before I can go help them out. And considering it's not touchpad based, maybe you have to move the reticle around. I don't think, I wasn't really even thinking about that when they were actually playing it, but without actually looking at it, you have to move the reticle, I would assume, to actually jump to your partner. So wasn't a fan of that, but that's just the way the console's made, so have to deal with it. No new modes were revealed, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure there are a lot of them. There are other new elements that they mentioned that were not revealed as well. Marie was in a kimono, one of the characters, and that's pretty much it. Those are all my notes, but I'm excited for it. Like I said in the beginning, huge J on this one. I think this may be the one I took the most notes on because I cared the most. Also, they showed like a ton of stuff for this game. It was like, here's this, and this. So there are a million things to talk about anyway. You know, like I said, it comes out in the summer, so they're definitely close to finishing it, but huge yay on this one. I cannot wait to play Splatoon 2. I was like losing my mind for that first game. I remember when it first got announced at E3, I was like, that is like my #1 game when that got announced at E3. And then I don't think it was even a full year, and that game had come out, and I was like, I love it. It was amazing, and I love playing that game. So I'll probably start playing that a lot more now that 2 is actually going to be coming out. But really fun game. Also, another thing I hope they do is let us keep the t-shirts from the Splatfest. That would be great. So whatever side you pick, you get to keep that t-shirt forever. I would love that. And re-rolling attributes. I hope they let us choose the attributes instead of it being random. And I also hope the attributes have a lot more weight to them, because they don't do as much as you think they do. If there are like videos on YouTube that are like about the science behind the attributes, and when I watched those videos, I was like, wow, this is actually kind of crappy. Like some of the strength, basically the strength attribute is almost useless unless someone has the defense attribute. Like it was just like, well, sucks because I was going for strength all the time, and it's actually 100% useless unless somebody has the defense on. So I hope they tweak that a little bit, and it's like, no, whatever you have is useful no matter what. There is no, this is only useful if they use this. Everything needs to be useful if you're gonna have it. Like that's personally how I feel. If I have it, it needs to be useful passively no matter what. That's the point of having it, unless it's specifically a certain type of attribute. So I hope they fix that as well. Like I said, there's more than the co-op thing they need to fix. The co-op thing was the worst thing as far as I was concerned. There are other issues, but that was the worst one. It's like I can't share this like I can share Smash Brothers, and it's just as fun. It maybe not just as fun because there's so much variety with that with other people, but it's still really great and it needs to be shared. So I do really hope that the co-op is something that the local co-op is the thing that they truly fix. If everything else stayed the same, I'd accept that for local co-op being so much better so that everyone could actually play. Even if it's on one console, I don't know, I don't care. They need to figure something out, like split screen or whatever. They need to do that for this game as far as local multiplayer. But that's my 2 cents on it. Sorry this one was so long because there's so many notes and I just really want this game. But definitely want to know what you guys think about the announcement for this one and just the game in general. So please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts about it, your least favorite parts about what you've heard. Of course, yay or nay on this one. Are you going to get it as soon as it releases? Is this why you're going to get a Nintendo Switch? Because it's definitely my reason. So I want to know how amped up you guys are for this game, if at all. So yay, nay, somewhere in between. I definitely want to know. So please comment below. Let me know. And of course, thanks for watching.